So you saw all of those brave people there on the PowerPoint. The example of the medics that have been fighting COVID, and Shackleton on his expeditions, and then some more examples that are more similar to you, those children that were starting school last week, and imagining how they were feeling. And as you've just seen from the video there as well, we're often more frightened of something before it happens because it seems more terrifying than it actually is. I'd like to share a story with you now to show another example of bravery or testing bravery. In Native America, the tribespeople often had a test of a boy before they became a man. They had to pass this test before moving into manhood from boyhood. So on the night of a boy's 13th birthday, having already learned hunting, scouting and fishing skills, he was taken into a dense forest to spend the entire night alone. Until then, he had never been away from the security of his family and his tribe. But on this night, he was blindfolded and taken several miles away. When he took off the blindfold, he was in the middle of a thick wood by himself all night long. Imagine at that point how you'd be feeling, because 13 isn't that old. For those of you in year 6, it's only 2 years from now. Imagine the thought of having to spend a whole night in a dark forest by yourself and imagining what might be there. Every time a twig snapped, he visualised a wild animal ready to pounce. Every time an animal howled, he imagined a wolf leaping out of the darkness. Every time the wind blew, he wondered what more sinister sound it masked. It was a terrifying night, and his heart beat through his chest. After what seemed like an eternity, dawn broke, and the first rays of sunlight entered the interior of the forest. Looking around, the boy saw flowers, trees, and the outline of a path. Then, to his utter astonishment, he saw the figure of a man standing just a few feet away, armed with a bow and arrow. Who do you think it was standing there? It was in fact the boy's father, and he had been there all night long. So whilst the boy thought he was being really brave and he was taking on a huge challenge, actually, he was never really alone. And that's something to think about when you're facing some challenges. Are you alone? Or is there somebody there to help you and to support you?